Hey guys, Michael here from pin-ups.eu. Okay, so still busy with the sketches, and I'm gonna show you some coloring and shading. This again is a sketch of Robert. Robert, thank you for this, great sketch. I will be going over it and will redo a sketch based off of yours, and I will outline it, give it some solid shading. We'll be rendering it with some lights and shades, so yeah, what I wanted to say was that I will be fasting forward some parts of the video because yeah, I can draw an outline, but it's not very interesting seeing me do all outlines, also with the solid coloring, filling in some parts of the face or eyes or nose. I'm gonna be fast forwarding. Okay, so enjoy the video and I will be sketching now. Fast forward. Okay guys, so here we are. I did the solid shading for this character. For the hairs, well, let me tell you, the strokes in the hair are just the outline part in black, but in a separate layer. So I'm gonna go with the transparency and turn it down. So you have this, yeah, it's a bit more like hair, but still cartoony. Also, I got this layer for the hair with solid shading, and on top of that, in an extra layer, I did this bit of extra with darkening some colors, and again, just transparency, pull it down. I don't know, yeah, just like this. Okay, so I'll be merging these layers, the hair layers. That looks great. Okay, I'll start with yeah, let me start with the hair. Let's say we got a light source that's coming this way. Bit of a 3D light source. So it's falling on his nose, you know, on the side of his face. Okay. Yeah, in Photoshop you can hover over layers, and with the Alt key, when you are between layers, you hold the Alt key, you get this black dot, and by clicking it, then you can paint within this layer. Take a airbrush. Now when doing this, you know, I'm going between or outside of the solid color of the hair. Of course I can turn it down, but what you can do within Sketchbook Pro, let me delete this layer, is just duplicate this layer, and in the duplicated layer you got this this button for transparency lock. It's like a little lock. When clicking this and going with the airbrush again, I will not be going outside of this layer. You know, everything inside the solid shading. Yeah, so that's a neat little function. Just doing some black. Also over here on the opposite side of his face. Here. And of course beneath, because the light is coming from above. Just like so. Also behind his ear and a bit under it. Okay, so now you think, whoa, that's black. But since we have this transparency locked, let's click it again, so we can adjust its opacity. Just pull it down, and yeah, make it like so. Go to the solid shading again, duplicate it again, hit the transparency lock, and we do this again with an airbrush. The outside, just some more blacks, so his hair will look more 3D like, you know. Excuse me. Beneath his face, or behind his face, under his chin, and again on the opposite side of his face, just add more, and again underneath his greasy hair, you know, the Elvis dude type of guy. Scale up your airbrush, a bit more black. Okay, so again, within this layer, hit the transparency lock, open it, and scale it, pull it down. So now we got this nice looking shaded hair. I usually work with a lot of layers, so you can adjust to your likings, and Works great for me. Let's do this bit of, I see this over here. I got some black outlines in his hair, you can still see, so I'll delete these. I forgot about them, but I don't need these anymore, like so. Okay. Putting some lights on his hair. Let me do this again. Get to the solid shaded layer, duplicate it, hit the transparency lock to lock it. So now with the white, you know, I cannot go outside of this layer. Yeah? Let me put this layer on top of the other layers, like so, just for demonstrative purposes, because now we are losing the black in the shading part. Okay, so when the light source is coming from above, I'm just doing something, you know. A little bit here. Of course, on this side of his hair. Take a big airbrush, brush it all in. Yeah. And a bit here, because the light will be falling here. Okay. Now with the transparency locked on the layer, you cannot erase. So by getting an eraser, it says transparency on the active layer is locked. Unlock its transparency or select another brush. So to delete some of this, you just have to unlock it. So now we can go with a brush of the eraser and delete some parts. Also this part and this part. Yeah, it's beginning to come alive. Excuse me. Also below his face. And just a bit. I'm just, you know, it's called feathering. And just brush, 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 brush. With a kind of a transparent brush, so not the opacity full. So I'm just deleting some parts of it. Okay, transparency is unlocked, so bring it down. That's great. Now make another layer. Scale your brush down. Now I'm just gonna I'm still in the scale your airbrush down and just do the outside parts where your light is coming. A bit here, sure. On the side of his hairs. Okay, that's great. Transparency, bring it down. Yeah, now I have to delete all the outside parts because I didn't lock the transparency on this layer. Let me do this real quick. Okay, I guess that's enough. So for me, the hair is done. Of course I can go all the way in, but yeah, let me go to the face. Scroll down, here's the face color. Duplicate this layer, lock the transparency, just click on it with your eyedropper or it's kind of zoom tool, or and then just pull it down, bit more red in it. Down, down, down. Take your big airbrush, and on this side of his face there will be shading or some shades. Just doing it lightly, or with a light touch. Also here. Yep, his ear. Also in the shaded area. Below his bottom lip. And below his cheek. Well, not, yeah, let me make it below for this tutorial. On this side of his nose, there will be shading. More some shades. Excuse me. I have a bit of a cold, so I'm a bit sick. Aww. Yep, I know. But don't worry about it. I will. Bigger brush. Make it go round and round and round and round. So yeah, also beneath the hairs on his body part there will be shading. Take a bigger brush, just with a gentle touch, you know. Okay, seems right. So I wanted to make his snout. Go to white and just color his snout a bit more white, because lions have this white snout. Also on his nose part and his bottom lip, with this part very important. Whoa, what did I do? What did I do? What? Unlock it. There's this big white part that I don't want in. So erasing it gently. And you take your kind of eyedropper again, scale it down, bring in these shades again. Okay, so this is how I work, and usually I work with a lot of layers. So I can unlock transparencies and go in some areas which I think need more. And the beauty of all these layers is that you can go back and forth and back and forth. You know, painting the traditional way, a mistake is a mistake. That's the beauty of painting digitally, I think. So, okay, that's enough for now. Just open the locked transparent layer and bring it down a bit. Yeah. Do another one. Go to the solid shaded layer for its skin, his fur, and duplicate a layer. Lock its transparency again with white. We do the snout some more. By making it all white, it'll stand out more. So again, we create more character on this guy. Or make it look more like a lion. Also on his bottom lip again. Okay. So yeah, that's great for now. Unlock transparency. Bring it down on transparency. Yep, coming alive. Now one more. Go to the solid shaded layer, duplicate it, lock its transparency, and take your black. Just getting in some blacks, just to get the look of the 3D face more. Well, 3D face, it's 2D, but you know what I mean. Make it look 3D. Also here, there will be a lot of shade. Another part which is in the shaded part, or the lighted part. Yeah, bigger brush, fill it in. So this part will be a bit more blurry. And also on here. Now I forgot about some lights on his body. So I'll draw these in. Let me get that layer which is with the lights. This one. Yeah, it could be this one. Take your white. Just whiten it out a bit, you know. This part also. Yep. This part also. Smaller brush. Because there is some light falling on his upper torso. Okay. Yep. It's coming. Okay, so now in a new layer, I'm not gonna do the solid shaded layer, duplicate again. New layer. On top of it all, just take a pencil and do a bit of sides, you know, like a rim light or that's falling on the side of his face. Also on this part and a bit on this part. Snout, top of his nose, cheek, just to give it a bit more pop. Side of his part between the eyes. yeah, this is how I work basically, and using this technique a lot. I love to work with all these layers, and yeah, I think it works great. So that's okay. Okay, let me look for the nose. No, let me look for the hair again. I need another one here. Also do these parts again, just to make it pop. Wow, pop. It's not popping all. It's not popping, but you know, just to make it stand out more. Yep. Bring it down, bring it down. I'm not liking this layer at all. So let me erase some of it. Like I said again, the beauty of it is that you can erase a lot. Make a new layer and just, you can do like this. Feather it. Feather it. This again is a new separate layer. Just do some feathering. By feathering I mean stroking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Also on this part of it. And over here, over here. Yeah, that's better. Now with your eraser, erase some parts, just the top of it. Also here the top of it, on the side of his hairs, and this one on the back side. Okay, it's looking great. Scale it down, top of his hair. Scale it down more. Now you could do this. Okay, and also this. This side, and this side. And also on this part. Bigger, bolder. Okay, there's one layer which has lights that I'm gonna turn off because I don't like that anymore. Okay, I think that's better. It's a bit more like shiny hair, you know. Yeah, works. What you also can do is have a backlight and just draw it in. So there will be a light source here, but it will be coming from the back of the lion. So let me draw this in. Let me make a airbrush. Just paint it in, you know. top on this part. So that's a great technique where the shading part is, while where it's at its most opacity. You can make it light this up. I have to erase it still because I wasn't in a locked transparency layer, but it'll not take long. Okay, so we have two light sources, one white and one black. Starting to look like a lion. Okay, so now in this layer I will also pull in the transparency down a bit. So yes, it has a light source, but it's not that much. Deleting the light. Now we can do this also on his ear. Extra layer with the same color of the backlight. You can do it like this. Just take a pencil and with your eraser scale it or feather it out. Where more? Where? On this side of his chin. Bit of hair. Okay guys, so yeah, it's a lot of, well, a lot. It's feathering, it's airbrushing. So now we have this, you know what, I'll do some more, oh sure. This body part, I always forget this body part, I'm so focused on his face, you know. Make it go bigger. Erase some parts. So yeah, kind of look like there's a light source coming from behind him. Again, transparency, turn it down. Yeah. We can also take his nose, extra layer, and make that bit of a light source coming on here. Okay, erase parts. More. And some whites. Whoa, whites. Because there's a light falling on his nose. And with such a light you make it stand out more. Bit on his side, but we erase this. Going up. And erase this bit. Okay guys, so yeah, that's how I work. I will do some shading on the tongue real quick. Extra layer. Get the color of your tongue, make it darker, more red, and paint it in. Erase it. I now drew over the teeth, but just erase it. Oh, back. Yeah. Transparency down a bit, and some lights on his tongue. Nice little shiners. Okay, so yeah, that's how it works. Making extra layers, and Okay, the back side, the inner throat or the inner part of his mouth. I don't know where it is. Let me look for it, guys. Just a sec. Here it is. Duplicate it and go with a black. Whoop. Lock the transparency. And to make his tongue pop out a bit more. Bigger brush. Yep, give it a bit more depth. Of course, on his tongue you could let me get his tongue real quick. Because of his upper part of the mouth, you could go on his tongue and take a black and do it like this. Because you know there's a shading part falling from yeah, his teeth and the upper part of his top lip, his snout. There's a shading on his tongue, some shades. So we could do it like this, then erase these parts a bit. Transparency down. Could do that. You know, guys, so here it is. Here's your lion. Do some extra points in his eyes. Light source. Where are his eyes? Looking for the coloring of his eyes. Real quick. These parts. Duplicate these. Lock the transparency. Get the color. Make it more red, darker. And now just draw in these shades. Also on this side of his face. Yeah. Bring the transparency down and make another layer. Make it go all white. White. So yeah, it'll make it pop. So that's it, guys. This is how I work. Of course, there can be a lot of recoloring some stuff, and there's also the possibility of taking the outlines, and by locking the transparency you'll take yeah, let's take this shade and take a solid color. This way you could also draw the color of the outline, you know. Also a great technique, seen it a lot on the net. A lot of artists work like this. So the outlines will not be as hard. Yeah, could do this. But I'll have to do it for the color of the skin also. So just doing it quick. Take this color, a bit more black or dark, excuse me, and yep. Works great. Great technique. Also the ear. Don't forget about the ear. Okay guys, you know what I mean. This has been a long one already. I'm not gonna do a whole lion. Otherwise I will be sitting here again late at night. And like I said, I'm a bit sick, but I could always do this video for you guys, you know? Why not? I wish I had an artist when I was starting out as an illustrator who helped me improve my work. So that's why I'm doing this. Yeah, so yeah, you can do this coloring and okay, let me do some more on his nose also. He has this purple nose. So yeah, let's make the outlines purple. It softens it up, you know. Teeth. So yeah guys, I hope you find this useful, and if you want, show me. I can go over your sketches and just send your sketches to me. It's at info@pin-ups.eu, and if you want me to, I can go over your sketches and maybe help you out a little or not. Let me know guys. I would be happy to help you out and see what I can do. If you learn one thing from this, that's great. If you think, well, I know it is already, well, I'm sorry then. But you know, there are guys that don't know this already, so for you guys, again, taking this color, I forgot about his torso again. Yeah, so here it is. I'll do some final touches now in Photoshop. So, I hope you find it useful guys. Cheers. Bye bye for now.